Hey everyone, it's Victor here. And today I'm going to be doing some rather festive but not so festive makeup. Don't get me wrong, I love Christmas. Christmas is great. Like, I know people have mixed feelings on Christmas, and that's fair enough. If you don't like Christmas, that's totally fine. I quite like it, but I'm also rather into Halloween, I'm rather into spooky stuff, as you know. So I thought I might do a kind of festive vampire makeup type look today. If you've watched any of my videos before, you probably know I kind of have a set way of doing my makeup anyway. So it might look quite similar to the things I've done before, but I want to challenge myself a little bit, so I might try and do like a cut crease or something mad. It may go horribly wrong, but that's more reason to watch, because then you can laugh at me. I also just kind of wanted to rant about some things that have been going on in my crazy little brain. So that's what we're doing today. And yes, the framing is a little different from my previous videos. I am sitting a little further away from you than I usually do, and that's because I'm showing off my rather nice, if I do say so myself, new jumper, which is part of my new merch line, which I am starting. I have loads of new design ideas. It's something I want to do more of in the new year and really think about my designs, because my previous designs are okay, but I just want to step up my game a little bit. So this is one of my new designs, which I really like. And this is the other one, which I have here, which is a t-shirt that says Pretty Boy on it. I was going to wear this today, but it is a little bit chilly, so I decided to go with something long-sleeved so I can be a little more cozy. But yeah, if you want to buy it, the links will be in the description. There'll be probably an ad actually below this video as well, so we can be twinsies if you want. But that's beside the point. Let's get on with makeup and also the ramble. For my makeup today, I am going to be using, I'm going to come a bit closer to show you this, the Revolution Haunted House palette. It is really, really good. I've used it quite a bit, and I don't even want to show you my sins, but I guess I'm going to have to. There's been some mixing of color there, I'm very sorry. But I actually got this as a birthday present from my friend Dan. So I'm going to be using this, and I already have foundation on. I have a little bit of lip gloss on just because the winter makes your lips dry and stuff. So that's all I have on at the moment. I haven't done my brows, which I should probably do first. It's gonna be hard to pick what color to go as a kind of base color. I want to do something red because that's Christmassy but also vampire-y. That might be a safe way to go, but let's do my brows first because that's important. You also may notice that my hair is somewhat the same color as my badly painted nails. It is kind of purpley red. It's not actually purpley red at the ends, it's more like a kind of lavender, but I think the ombre looks quite nice. I have got it in a ponytail, so you can't quite see. I don't know if you can see there. So I think I'm gonna take a little bit of Nightmare, which is just the black kind of shimmery shade. It's got a little bit of glitter in it. You probably can't see that there. I've never done a cut crease before, so this might go really, really wrong, but I'm gonna do a little bit of a smoky black kind of edge here on either side, and then do a kind of cut crease and do red and glittery things. That's the plan anyway. Oh God, what am I getting myself into? Something I thought would be interesting to talk about is the fact that I live a kind of strange life. And obviously, it's kind of something that's a bit more common, and obviously it's something that's gone on for years, but just not many people talk about, which is when you live as an almost truly androgynous person in the way you look and in the way you act. It can be, you know, androgyny is like just, it's not just how you look, it's a bunch of things. But I am a very androgynous person, and it's something that, you know, I didn't really choose to like have the shape of face I do or anything like that. I do, however, choose to dress in a rather androgynous way and also style myself in a rather androgynous way. When I have makeup on, when I have my usual garb on that I want to wear all the time, you know, I've got my nail polish, I've got my, you know, fancy outfits, the line gets blurred and people don't know where to place me, which I quite enjoy, I have to say. I am a guy, but I think I'm not sure if I identify as androgynous, but that is something that is a part of me. I am androgynous, basically. And it definitely causes not necessarily problems, but it definitely makes for an interesting life and an interesting time when people just don't know where to place you. Because that's a kind of alarming thing for people. I think a lot of people are genuinely alarmed by that. But yeah, the people I've come across, just like in everyday life, like I'm going to the shops or whatever, or I'm just, outside, it's an interesting reaction. A lot of the time I get a lot of double takes because I feel like people just want to know. People have this strange curiosity where they just have to know where you are in the kind of gender spectrum. People want to know if you're a guy or a girl. They always want to know that. It's so weird and messed up. It's so strange. But for example, I had a kind of scary experience lately when I was in Manchester not that long ago. I was just in a restaurant and we'd finished eating and everything. We were about to go and I was going to go to the bathroom. And I've used, obviously, the men's bathrooms for years and years and years. And I've actually not had any issues. Even going in like, my usual garb. I had a little bit more makeup on than I usually do this time. I was wearing more kind of gothic-y stuff. And obviously my hair is quite long now. I mean, I know I've got it tied up, but it's kind of down to here. So there's more kind of androgynous elements to my look. And there was two guys in the hallway. And I think they were quite drunk. I mean, it was reasonably late in the day. And it was a Saturday, I think. Was it a Saturday? No. It wasn't. Anyway, I think it was like a football day, like Manchester United were playing or something. So there was like quite a few people who were drinking and, getting their kind of vibe on for the night. So these guys were pretty drunk. And they kind of like stumbled into the bathroom ahead of me. And, I didn't say anything. I was just like pushing past, but they sort of were looking at me a bit funny. And I went into the cubicle and locked the door. And as soon as I locked the door, I heard them say, "What the hell just went in there? It looks like we're both quite curious to see what comes out of there. Do you think it was male or female? It definitely looked more female to me." So, there they are, confused. They have no idea what walked into the men's bathroom, but the fact I'm walking to the men's bathroom clearly shows that I know where I'm going, what I'm doing. I'm a guy, basically. But the fact they had the kind of gall to bring that up, and I was in a locked cubicle. I was scared. I admittedly got really afraid, because they were big guys. I'm a small guy, and there's two of them. There's one of me. It's a bit, of a coward move, though, from them, I have to admit. And I was just like, okay, sort of resigning myself to, I don't know what's going to happen when I walk out of this cubicle. And they were sort of still talking about it, kind of laughing, and they started shouting "Hey, geezer," and stuff when I was in the toilet, basically trying to sort of aggravate me somehow. I don't know. I was just going to the bathroom. It was so childish. I was done. I got out and the guys were still there. I said nothing to them. I said absolutely nothing. I looked one of the guys in the eye. I smiled at him, washed my hands, and he did this kind of walk of shame out of the bathroom. I don't know if he figured it out, maybe he saw my Adam's apple and thought, oh, okay, he's a guy, or maybe he just got scared because I had so much confidence looking at him, and I was just because I do not care. This is the thing. A lot of people have a lot of talk and no action. And these guys were definitely all talk and no action. Yeah, sometimes people get beat up in bathrooms and it's absolutely horrendous. And I thought maybe I was gonna be, but I was gonna walk out there in a kind of dominant position, smiling I know who I am. You can deal with it. I'm just going to the bathroom like you are. End of story. But that's a prime example of how people get so curious that it ends up kind of making them almost, some people violent. It's so strange to me. And it's a scary thing. When you are truly androgynous, you kind of walk out there and you take a risk being yourself. And I've experienced so many people, especially in bathrooms, just double taking, almost asking me are you sure you should be in here? But at the end of the day, it's because people aren't used to it. They don't see it very often. Like I said, it's kind of not a common thing to be completely androgynous where people just can't place you. And a lot of the time after I open my mouth and people hear my voice, they place me in the male category, which is fine with me because I am a guy. But still, that's messed up because some people who are female have deep voices and some people who are non-binary obviously have different voices. It doesn't make you that gender because of your voice. It's a weird thing. Being gendered is such a weird thing. It's so strange. Also, I'm gonna try and do this cut crease, and I am terrified because I've seen so many people do this beautifully, and I know I'm gonna mess this up. But here we go. Oh my god, I absolutely bloody knew I would do that. I absolutely bloody knew I would do that. Let's just roll with this for a bit and see. There's so many people screaming who know how to do makeup, but I'm sorry, you've probably been practicing for years, so you can't talk. I'm sure you made many mistakes in your time. The concealer I'm using probably isn't the best. I mean, like I've said before, I'm poor. I don't have good makeup. I can't even do makeup very well. So my videos are very much for entertainment purposes only. If you want good makeup, go and watch Jeffree Star. That's all I have to say. That looks vaguely alright. Obviously, we are a work in progress, so let's see if I can fix this. Ultimately, I kind of enjoy the attention that being androgynous brings. I know at the end of the day, sometimes it's not welcomed attention, sometimes it can be quite negative, sometimes quite scary, but a lot of the time, well, all of the time, I'm proud to be who I am, and I'm proud to look the way I do. And I think at the end of the day, no matter what attention you gain from that, that's the important thing, is to be full of pride for who you are. And that's how we change these situations, is having confidence, is having kindness, is not backhanding these people that have bigoted views with more hate. That is not the way to go. Because you cannot fight hate with hate. You can't. It is such a bad idea. It never works. I think sometimes you can backhand hate with sass, but sometimes that really backfires because then people get annoyed because you're being cleverer and more witty than them, and they get a bit annoyed with that. That is the trap I have fallen into many times in my life. And that can get you in trouble. That can get you in trouble. And I was so close when I was in that Manchester restaurant and those guys were saying those things. I thought, oh, I could come up with a really, really savage line and beat them down. But you know what? That might have made them punch me. That might have just tilted them over the edge, because I could tell that they weren't the most intelligent men in the world, and I'm pretty sure that any kind of witty comment would have them get very angry and upset that they didn't have a comeback, basically. So in a way, I think it's good that I just smiled, walked out of there, and they just like did a walk of shame, basically. My eyes are looking so weird. So before I committed to putting the color on my eyelids, I actually just swatched a few there. That one is Demonic, that one's Monster, and that one's Terror. And I think what I'm gonna do is put Monster on first and then kind of highlight with Demonic. But the thing is, I want to get better at makeup. I really do. It's again part of the kind of androgynous aesthetic is, you know, obviously makeup and everything. Makeup can transform people's appearances, and I love it for that. It just is so creative. I'm also gonna bring the red underneath my eye here, which, yeah, is risky because the fallout will probably be intense. But we'll see. But yeah, when it comes to androgyny, I know things are gonna get harder and harder because I am getting more confident, I'm growing my hair out longer, so I'll be wearing more fancy clothes and stuff. And obviously, when you've got long hair, people tend to associate that with being female, which I think is a bit weird and old-fashioned. But unfortunately, that is the reality. So I know I'll come across more and more things like this in future. So this is what we're working with so far. I do think it looks a little muddy, but I think that's more my inexperience in this kind of style of makeup. But I think we're alright. I'm gonna put a bit of glitter on the lids now, so that hopefully that'll make it a bit more festive, because I realize it's just looking a bit MCR right now, which isn't a bad thing at all. How's that glitter looking? I think that's a bit more festive. That's Demonic we're using now. But I have to say, when I see someone walking down the street, when I see someone owning their androgynous style, it gives me so much joy and happiness. I just want to see more people owning it and showing it, because that's how it's going to be more normalized. And more often than not, this is the thing I find so interesting. I have talked to quite a few, like, just regular guys, you know, like your sort of regular cis guys that wear normal, like, clothes, whatever, you know, they're not even, like, bi or gay. They're straight, like, straight cis guys. When I've sat down with them and actually talked to them, and then, like, brought up the subject of makeup, and by this time we're already kind of on friendly terms, these guys start to kind of talk about how they wish they could experiment with makeup and how they wish they could dress a bit more flamboyantly or a bit more experimentally. Is that a word? And it's so sad to me because you can see that they are holding back a kind of creativity for fashion. And oh my God, when I walk into stores and I look at the men's section, it depresses the heck out of me. It's all grays and browns and navies and like all these styles of like shirts and jackets that I've seen just everywhere. Nothing's unique. No one has a unique style when you just walk into that shop and you go into whatever generic shop. Like, the men's section is so depressing, and it's sad. We've got a little bit more glitter to add because you can't have enough glitter. And I think because it's Christmas, we should use Psycho. Same color as my nail, oh my God, yes. Yes, 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 yes. I think for easiness, I'm gonna do it with my fingy. Very Christmassy. Right in the center of your lid there. That is nice. I like that. I think what I'm gonna do is try to get a little bit of this gold and put it under my eye. Now I think I'm gonna add a little bit of this into the very, very corner, which is, it's Glam Crystals by Collection, and it's basically a kind of liquid eyeliner. Now, I'm trying to think what I should do next. We've got our kind of basic eye. I'm wondering if I should do a little bit of black liner, which I think would finish it off quite nicely, and then maybe do some mascara. I don't have fake lashes because I'm not a fake lashes kind of guy, really. So I think that just adds a little more definition to our eyes. And I think I'm going to do a little bit of mascara, even though I think I look absolutely insane with mascara because my eyelashes are already so long. Don't know if you can see. They are pretty damn long. So I might regret this, but let's go for it because I feel like it'll finish off the look. At least on the eyes. I think I'm going to do a little bit of lipstick as well. Can you actually see any difference? I'm looking in the monitor to see if I can. Yeah, I can see a bit of a difference. They definitely... God, my eyelashes look so long. Lovely. Actually, yeah, when I close my eyes, you can see how long... I just closed one eye there. Yeah, I don't need fake eyelashes. This is my normal eyelashes with mascara on. They get quite big. I think maybe this, which is the Maybelline New York Superstay Matte Ink. And believe me, it's Superstay. Like, Superstay is the right word for this lip. Is it liquid lip? Liquid lip, yeah. It doesn't come off, so you have to be really careful when you apply it. Like, don't put too much on if you don't want a very, like, bright look. So, I'm gonna try and go careful with this. Yeah, see what I mean about Superstay? If you get it slightly on the corner, it will never come off. Yeah. So I'm gonna dull it down a little bit with this Revolution liquid lipstick, which is called Nightmare, funnily enough. Same shade as the eyeshadow, and it smells like vanilla ice cream. This may be a huge mistake, but I have a bit of a more scarlet red that I think I might try and put on the edges. That's our lips, and I think what I'm gonna do is, because it's Christmas, I'm going to go and get my glitter, like sparkle thing you can put on any lipstick, which I don't currently have with me, but I'm gonna go get it. Back in a second. I'm back, and I have this, which is a collection, again, Glam Crystals. It's a lip topper, holographic lip topper. Here we are, we're quite glittery. My hair is still up. I am loath to take it down. I feel like maybe keeping it up is the vibe. I think after I've contoured as well, I probably will do a little bit of highlight. I don't actually have any proper highlighter, which I know is a sin. I wish I did. Again, I'm poor. Don't blame me. Blame my bank account. I'm wondering if this single curl is actually a nice thing. Don't know. My hair looks a bit greasy. Maybe. Okay, so like I said, I don't really own proper contour stuff. I have this thing, which is Illuminating Strobe Cream from GRWM, but every time I've used it, it doesn't really seem to work. It might kind of jar with what we've already done to our face. I don't know if that looks wrong. Oh well. Do we really care? No one really cares. Do you know what? I think we're done. I think we're done. I actually quite like this. I'm pleasantly surprised, actually. I didn't think I'd be able to pull something off like this. It's quite Christmassy, quite vampire-y. But we're missing the most important thing about being a vampire. Oh my god, wait. The teeth, of course. We can't forget the teeth. That if we didn't have vampire teeth, then we'd just look like your average queer guy with makeup on. We can't have that, can we? So, I've got the full look here. What do you think? Do you like it? Should I do more makeup? Should I try and do cut creases better? Because I don't know. This is alright, I guess, for a first try. I don't know. I'm not great at makeup. I do apologize to anyone who's actually good at makeup who's watching this. I hope you enjoyed screaming throughout this entire video. So who knows? I might end up wearing this on Christmas Day. Possibly. Maybe not with the teeth because they are a little hard to eat with. That's the only thing. Obviously they're great for biting, but other than that, no, nothing. You can eat turkey in these. But yes, I wanted to end the video with some of my final thoughts about what I was talking about with androgyny and stuff like that, and how I'm read as a person, how I function every day as a person, and the way I look and the way I dress. It's something I'm going to continue doing. I'm going to continue being myself no matter what happens when I walk out. There's no way I'm changing how I dress and how I look for other people. If someone takes an issue with how I present myself, that's their problem. That is their problem. If you ever feel pushed away from society because of the way you dress, because of the way you are as a person, because of your gender, that... you should not feel that way. You are uniquely yourself, and you should continue to proudly be yourself and dress however the hell you want. You have to ask yourself, are you living your life for you, or are you living your life to please those random strangers you meet once in a bathroom? Who are you living your life for? It's not the strangers in the bathroom, by the way. Just like a spoiler alert, it's not them. Look how we accidentally, well, I don't know if it was accidentally, but we did end up matching my nails. And my hair. We're all so matchy. Obviously, I'm kind of wearing, like, casual clothes, but I could maybe change into something fancier to go with this. But I don't know if I can be bothered, so you can just imagine I'm wearing a fantastic dandy outfit. But anyway, I should end this video because I am the king of rambling, and I could go on for hours, and I'm sure you don't want that. So... for now, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a very merry festive season, and I will see you very soon.